The garbage collector boy turned out to be a math genius. The whole school was shocked. The school gate was filled with noise and movement. This was a school meant for the children of the rich, a place where money spoke louder than talent. Luxury cars stopped one by one, and children stepped out wearing clean uniforms and shining shoes. Everything looked perfect and polished. But far from this glittering scene, just outside the school wall, near a pile of garbage, stood a 12-year-old boy named Suraj. His clothes were torn and dirty. Shirt buttons were broken, and his slippers did not match. A large plastic sack hung from his shoulder. People looked at him with disgust and turned their faces away. But if someone looked closely into Suraj's eyes, they would not see hunger. They would see a strange spark. Suraj collected garbage for survival, but his mind lived somewhere else. He saw shapes of geometry in broken bottles. He found patterns in car number plates. He had never gone to school, yet his mind worked faster than any calculator. Inside the school that day, the mood was tense. Professor THINK&DO, the strictest mathematics teacher in the city, entered the classroom. His presence alone was enough to fill students with fear. He slammed the duster on the table and said that money could not buy knowledge, and mathematics demanded deep thinking and patience. The classroom fell silent. He turned to the blackboard and began writing a question. Symbols, numbers, and strange signs filled the board. It was a problem so complex that even experienced professors would hesitate to attempt it. After writing for 10 minutes, he turned around and announced that he had spent 15 years trying to solve it. He called it the impossible equation and challenged the students to solve it by the next morning. The bell rang, and students left in frustration, saying it was unsolvable. No one noticed Suraj standing outside the window, gripping the iron bars tightly. His eyes were fixed on the blackboard. To him, the problem did not look scary. It looked like poetry. The numbers spoke to him. That night, while the city slept, Suraj lay awake in his small hut. His stomach was empty, his father slept drunk, and his mother was ill. But hunger was not what troubled him. The equation would not leave his mind. At 2 a.m, he quietly ran to the school, entered through a broken gate, and slipped into the dark classroom. A streetlight outside softly illuminated the blackboard. Suraj picked up a piece of chalk and began writing. At first, his hands trembled, but soon his fear disappeared. He forgot who he was and where he came from. In that moment, he was only a mathematician. For 3 hours, he worked in silence. When he finished, he stepped back and smiled. The answer stood there calmly. The next morning, Professor THINK&DO entered the classroom and froze. His hands trembled as he read the solution. Tears filled his eyes. It was perfect. Security footage revealed Suraj. Instead of anger, the professor felt respect. When Suraj was brought in, frightened and shaking, the professor held his hands and told him he was a genius. He placed his gold watch on Suraj's wrist and promised him education, food, and a future. That day, Suraj stepped into the sunlight with a peaceful smile. He threw his garbage sack away and looked up at the sky. Talent, he learned, does not belong to palaces. It can rise even from the dirt when given belief and guidance.